Hey, this is Professor Perez from Saddleback College. Today we're going to do an introduction to decimals. Now this will be a two-part presentation. Now of course we can't get started without our student of the semester, and that's Charlie. He better be ready to go. Hey Charlie, ready to go? Yeah. We're doing decimals today. An introduction. Here we go, right there. Okay Charlie, on the first day of class we discussed digits and place value. There was our digits, and we put this number up, and we defined a pattern that exists when you look at place value. Now here it is, again, ones, tens, hundreds, 1,000, 10,000s, 100,000s, 1 millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, 1 billions, 10 billions, 100 billions, and we bring it home with 1 trillion. This is very nice. Now, you asked me a question on that first day, what about the decimal? Well, here we go. If you remember, we had said that everything appears to mirror off that ones place. Watch. The pattern will exist, but it goes in reverse. Just like this. Ones, tenths, hundreds. 1,000s, 10,000s, 100,000s. 1 millions, 10 millions, 100 millions. 1 billions, 10 billions, 100 billions. So remember, we're going to look at place values of decimal numbers so we can read them correctly. So here we go, Charlie, right there, 0.07. Well, that's how most people say it, but how do we say this as a word statement? Well, first define the place value of that 7 digit. Ones, tenths, hundreds. There we go. So our sevenths is in the hundredths place, and therefore, how many hundreds do we have, Charlie? 7. That's right. Now, how do we write this as a fraction? Well, it's 7 over 100. There you go. And there's a decimal written as a fraction. It is said 7 hundredths. Let's do another one. Here we go, Charlie. 0.18. If we're going to read that correctly as a word statement, let's define the place value. Ones, tens, hundredths, right? And the 8 is in the hundredths place. How many hundredths do we have, Charlie? 18. 18. We have 18 hundredths. And as a fraction, it's 18 over 100. Now, you could reduce that fraction to 9 over 50 if you'd like, but right now, we're just trying to write the decimals as a fraction whose denominator is a power of 10, right? Because decimals are fractions whose denominators are powers of 10. 100 is 10 squared. We'll talk more about that later too. Okay, Charlie, we're having so much fun. Let's do another one. All right, don't get scared. Now, how do you read this one? You don't want to say 0.00008, right? You got to find the place value. So here we go. Ones, tenths, hundredths, 1,000s, 10,000s, 100,000s, 1 millions. Don't get scared, Charlie. Now, the 8 is in the 1 millions. So how many 1 millionths do we have, Charlie? 8. Very nice there. And now that you can say it properly as a word statement, we can easily write the fraction. It's 8 over 1 million. There we go. Let's do another one now. Here we go. 0.00201. What number is that? Let's start by finding the place value of our furthest digit to the right. Ones, tenths, hundreds, 1,000s, 10,000s, 100,000s. There we go. And so we see that 1 is in the 100,000s. How many 100,000s do we have, Charlie? 201. Very nice. 201 100,000s. And so to write this as a fraction, notice we just put 201 over 100,000. There you go. Of course, if you have a calculator and you take 201 and divide by 100,000, you're obviously going to get that 0.00201 because that's 201 100,000ths. All right, Charlie, let's do another one. Now, 4.023, Charlie. This is actually a mixed number. It's a whole number with a decimal. So let's define our place values. The 4s and the 1s, and then we have the tenths, hundredths, 1,000s. And so notice that 3 is in the 1,000s, Charlie. But first, we have a whole number that's a 4. So we'll put that down, 4, And now, here's where we're using the word and because we have a mixed number. We have 4 and what, Charlie?
23 1,000.
23 1,000ths, that's right. Now, let's write the number as a mixed number. Watch. 4 and 23 1,000ths. There it is. There is the mixed number notation for that decimal up there. Whew. Let's do one more, Charlie. 3.0250. Notice there's a 0 at the end of the decimal. Well, some people have asked me, do we need to put that 0 there? Well, not putting the 0 there or removing it really is not going to change the actual value of the number. But we're going to get into something called significant figures. This number right here is given to the nearest 10,000ths. So you were asked to give a decimal representation of some number rounded to the nearest 10,000ths. So we're going to translate just as the decimal number is given. You can talk more about significant figures with your facilitator, your tutor, your teacher, or your parents, right? Okay. So here we go, Charlie. We have the ones, tenths, hundredths, 1,000ths, 10,000ths. So that 0 is in the 10,000ths place. So we have a whole number, Charlie. What is it?
3.
3. So we have 3 and what, Charlie?
250.
250 10,000ths. Very nice. Now let's write this in its mixed number notation. 3 and 250 over 10,000ths. Very nice there, Charlie. Whew, that was a good warm-up for part 2. Anyway, we'll see you again soon.